Thank you, everybody. Yeah, the first comment on my chat noticed my badass, amazing Chinese imported Suikoden t-shirt. Oh yeah, I've been a fan of this series for like 15 years at the very least. 15 years sounds about right. And I've never been able to find a fucking t-shirt anywhere, unless I made it myself. You know how you just buy a black t-shirt and then you pay a company to imprint the logo, and it's kind of expensive. So I found this Chinese website, AliExpress. It's a postal service. Became its own website, and they sell a lot of Chinese stuff, and the t-shirt was there, and I was like, holy shit. I've never bought anything from these guys, so I was a little bit insecure at first, but I made it. Yeah, I mean, it made it. I said I made it. No, it made it. He made it overseas. It arrived just yesterday. It was supposed to arrive 2 days ago, but apparently the asshole guy, the delivery guy, couldn't find the address. Apparently, yesterday he finally found it, and I got my Suikoden t-shirt. You have no idea how important this is to me, okay? I've always wanted to have a Suikoden t-shirt, a Fire Emblem t-shirt, a Chrono Cross t-shirt, and I have never owned a single one of them until today. I just bought this one, okay? Now that I know the AliExpress delivers, I may buy a Fire Emblem t-shirt and a Chrono Cross t-shirt. I couldn't find a Growlanser t-shirt. Have you played Soma Bringer on the Nintendo DS? Oh, yes, I have. That's a Monolith Soft RPG, action RPG, exclusive to Japan, never made it overseas. I never finished it. You can create your own character and customize it a little bit. Select from like 8 different styles and designs and whatnot. Is it 8 or is it like 4 or 5? I don't remember. I played that so long ago. It's good. It's good, but it's not like wow. Like, wow, Japan, fuck you for not localizing this game. Nah. But I wish we could have got it because it's a decent game and it's yet another RPG that stayed in Japan and it's still there. And it's by Monolith Soft. That's right, the Xenoblade developers. Same guys. Would like to hear your thoughts on Sea of Stars. Unfortunately, I only played the demo and I really liked it. I thought it was really good. So I'm waiting for the game to go on sale so I can buy it cheap, digital, because you know me, I'm not the type of guy who pays 20 or more for a digital only game. I know it's gonna get a physical release next year. We'll see about that. Eventually I'll get it. So yeah, the demo, great visuals, great music, great combat, great character design, great art style, great everything. My one and only complaint was it's just a demo, and we can't judge an entire role-playing game based on a demo that's not even 1 hour long. So my one and only concern is that I barely saw any character development, and the personalities of the main characters seem kind of bland to me, like very bland. But that's it. And take this with a grain of salt because I only played the demo. Maybe it gets better in the full game. I may be the biggest defender of Fantasia GBA. Oh well, why don't you make your case here? Because the battle system is... Remember in the previous stream, in the previous Q&A last week, somebody asked if I'm the type of guy who gives priority to graphics or performance. And I said performance. But let me tell you about Fantasia on the Game Boy Advance. The graphics look beautiful. They really look beautiful, but the performance is ass. And that's objectively speaking, man. That's just not an opinion. The battle system, at least. The exploration, moving around, how the game works is fine. But the battle system lags. There's a slowdown. There's frame rate issues in there. And that's not my opinion. That's a fact. That's what happens. They fucked it up. But if you liked it, and if you want to defend that, be my guest. Have you played Nostalgia on the DS? Yes, I have, and I never finished it because, you know what, it's a good game, but it's kind of like on the forgettable side of things. It's very traditionally tried to be a love letter to the classics. It's not an indie game. I know a lot of indie RPGs nowadays, it's a love letter or inspired by, you know what, nostalgia. AA RPG did it first in Japan, and it's okay, you know, but honestly, in my opinion, there's nothing really that special about nostalgia. It's a good game, a decent RPG, and that's it. There's not like, wow, one of the best, A tier, S tier, top tier, no. No, it's just there, it's good, it's decent. Have you played Alliance Alive? Yes, I have on the 3DS, and I loved it. I finished it. Speaking about difficulty spikes, there's a huge, massive spike with one boss fight in there that's freaking impossible. But apart from that, it's an excellent game. I recommend it a lot. I recommend its remaster on PS4, Switch. I've never been able to get it physical because it's too expensive and it's kind of rare here in Mexico. And how much is it right now? I kind of want to check right now. Okay, so I'm only seeing here the Switch version, the PAL version. This is 1,600 Mexican pesos. That's like, wow, that's like $90, man. Wow. 90, fuck. What about the PS4 version? I'm a PlayStation guy, I always prioritize not available. And I don't know why it's showing me PS4 Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Scarlet for a little bit more, for almost $100. That's expensive fan service for you. Expensive fan service for you. Let's see this other website, the Alliance Alive. Let's see what happens. Ooh, the 3DS version is insane here. Same prices, a little bit more expensive here. Fuck. But it's a good game, man. Really good game. Play it. Legend of Legacy was mid. That's right. That's one of the reasons why I'm surprised it's getting a remaster. Like, why that game? It's a mediocre game. Let's face it, it's not good. It's not a bad game, but it's just not good either. It's just meh. You know, why remaster such a game? I remember, I think it was this year, or was it last year? I don't know, I think it was this year. Sony remastered, digital only, Blade Dancer on the PSP. What? Out of all the motherfucking PSP JRPGs out there, you pick one of the absolute worst to remaster? Hey! Revive this old classic! Blade Dancer? So now I'm the same with Legend of Legacy. And Legend of Legacy, I mean, it's a much better game than Blade Dancer, but it's like, oh, we're getting Legend of Legacy remastered. Okay. Maybe they're gonna fix the issues. What was the problem with Legend of Legacy? Besides being a bit of a boring game, the goal of the game is to, I mean, it's like the Saga games. You select 3 characters out of the 6 or 7 main characters, and together they go into these, I played it so long ago, you go into these areas, and you gotta complete the whole area to make the map full. I mean, your goal is to complete maps. So you gotta explore every single corner of a map. And there are no random encounters, thankfully. You can see the enemies around. But the problem is that the enemies are so hard to avoid. You get into a battle every 5 fucking seconds. I mean, it's so hard to run away from the enemies. And imagine, I mean, the whole point of the game is its exploration. And you're getting bombarded by a bunch of fucking enemies. And getting gang-banged by these enemies, you know, all the time. So it's really annoying. It's a frustrating game. So let's see them fix that. I think this is gonna be handled by NIS America, this remaster. So I'll be able to ask for a review code. I'll ask them, and if they send it to me, you know, hopefully they would have fixed all of these problems. If they fix these problems, then maybe it will finally become a good game. A JRPG, a hidden gem, a true hidden gem. But yeah, the decision still stands. I mean, why? I mean, out of all the JRPGs that you can remaster, why that one? I mean, I just don't understand, man. You want Grandia remastered? What the hell, dude? You didn't know? It's already been remastered. And there's a physical version of it on the Switch. Both Grandia 1 and 2 were remastered like 2 years ago. Well, now you know, man. Grandia 1 and 2 have been remastered already. Can't believe it escaped you, man. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, they've been there for a while on Steam, on Switch. Yeah. When are we getting a Growlanser collection? Probably never, man. Probably never. It breaks my heart. I mean, before we even get a Growlanser collection, we need to get an official English release, Western release of the first Growlanser and the 6th Growlanser. I think the ideal situation here will be if Atlus were to remaster the original Growlanser and release it worldwide on Switch, PS4, Windows, PS5. That will be the ideal situation, the ideal strategy for that game. It's not gonna sell very well, but Atlus should know there's been a shit ton of remasters and ports and remakes of really obscure games. I mean, we're getting Legend of Legacy next year, remaster, an extremely obscure game no one cares about, right? So I think a lot more people care about a game like Growlancer than Legend of Legacy. However, it's Atlus we're talking about. How many Atlus games have you seen remastered lately? Or remade? Forget about Shin Megami Tensei or Persona. In fact, not even those. Sure, Persona, yeah. But Shin Megami Tensei? We don't have a single remaster. Digital Devil Saga? Devil Summoner? I mean, the original Shin Megami Tensei games that never came out of Japan? Where are they? The first one is on phones? Oh, wow. Great, Atlus. Thank you for that. It's not gonna happen, man. All these remasters. What about D-Masters, a 16-bit Final Fantasy 16, for example? I'd play it. Even if it's turn-based. Someone recognized this song. From Ultra Despair Girls. It's just a fucking stupid song, man. I want to see Eternal Poison Remaster HD. Like it's going to be on 4K and in widescreen. Holy shit, man. Isn't that a dream? Isn't that one of my biggest dreams too? It's not gonna happen. The only SMT remaster is Nocturne, isn't it? Yes. That's it. That's the only one. They do Atlus does remaster games, but one every 10 fucking years. Do you think SMT5 will come to Sony consoles? I don't see why it shouldn't, but it's been 2 years since it came out, and it's still an exclusive on the Switch. Maybe they signed some kind of agreement with Nintendo. I mean, same with 4 and Apocalypse. I don't know. I don't think so. More like Atlus, this guy says Atlus hates money. No, I think actually they love money, but they just don't have a lot to spare on remasters like other companies are doing. And I think the reason is because they are a subsidiary of Sega, and I think Sega makes those decisions, not Atlus. So, and Sega... Sega, man. Do you have any tropes you have a love-hate relationship with? Oh yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, there's a lot of tropes that I hate, and there's a lot of them that I love, but love-hate relationship with? Okay, here's one. I guess I like the power of friendship, but I also hate it. I don't hate the concept of it, more like I'm tired of seeing it over and over and over again, even today. I mean, JRPGs, Japanese role-playing games, have been there for almost 40 years, and we're still getting games with the power of friendship. That they defeat God or powerful entities with the power of friendship. It's cheesy, but in a sense I don't hate the purity of it. And because precisely it's mostly fiction, I think a lot of people nowadays do not value friendship anymore. Especially because everything, not everything, but most relationships are developed via the internet, social media, WhatsApp, phones, Facebook, whatever, and I think that's, we've lost a lot of humanity in that. I have a few friends only, and most of them, I haven't seen them in years, man. And I felt over the past 3, 4, 5 years that our friendship has been dying out because of that, because we can't see each other in person. And it's sad, but that's a reality nowadays. And so the fact that we're still getting JRPGs with the power of friendship is, I like that because it's trying to remind us that that's the beauty, of having a friend, a real friend in real life that you can hang out with and struggle with in person. So, to answer your question, I think that's my biggest love-hate relationship trope in JRPGs. The power of friendship. I hate it, but I also love it. And what else? I mean, there's gotta be others, but that's by far the biggest one. Have you played Mario Wonder yet? No, I noticed it came out this week. No, I haven't. Which Breath of Fire will you want to be... would you want them to remaster? All of them. All 4 of them. But if I had to pick just one, it will be... I'm just not sure. Okay, so my favorite Breath of Fire is 4, but it's just the isometric view. Didn't age very well. I mean, the camera is a bitch in there. It's a pain in the ass to move around. I don't know if they ever remaster that game. I don't know how they're gonna fix that, or what are they gonna do to make it less troublesome. Maybe a 360-degree camera instead of the forced isometric one. Like you're trying to navigate and to explore and to get to that treasure chest, but the camera is here and you can't see shit unless you move it here. And now you can see it, but there's a ledge, and then if you get too close, you fall, and it's not your fault because you can't see shit from this perspective, right? It just didn't age very well, that in Breath of Fire 4. So, that would be my pick, hoping they will fix that problem. Everything else is fucking perfect with that game. Well, maybe remove the random encounters. Let me see the enemies, and that's it. That's all that I will fix in Breath of Fire 4. Please, Capcom, make it happen. Any tips for learning Spanish? You're asking the wrong guy, man. I mean, my Spanish is my mother language, so I don't know. It's not like I learned Spanish and I can teach people how to learn it or give tips to them. I'm sorry. Do you play horror games like Amnesia, Slender Man, or Outlast? No. Amnesia is a first-person game, right? I do not play first-person games of any kind. I even reject a shit ton of first-person dungeon crawler RPGs. I played some and I'm a fan of some, but most of them, I don't like them, or I end up giving up at some point. But Slender Man, I haven't played it. Outlast, I've seen it. I didn't know it was a horror game. Have you played Deep Fear? No, I know it's on the... Is that the one, the PlayStation 2? No, I mean, I don't remember. Sounds familiar. But if it's the PS2 game, I haven't played it. I've seen it, and I've seen people talking about it, but no, I haven't played it. I do believe Soul Hackers 2 is very underappreciated. I don't think it's the masterpiece. I don't know it isn't, but it's a really, really good game, and it got a lot of undeserved hate just because it was overhyped. I've defended that game plenty of times before in the past. The best way to learn a language is live in a place you are forced to speak it. Yeah, pretty much. My English before I went to England and Canada, it wasn't like this. I know it's not that good right now either, but compared to how it was 7 years ago, I mean, it's a big improvement in my opinion. I think I leveled up. I grinded a lot more easily when I lived in other countries. Yes, this is a Silver Wheel from Trails in the Sky, the music. Final Fantasy VI Remake for oldies like us. Oh yes, please, just no hack and slash this time. Turn-based, Square Enix, we want turn-based. Do you prefer playing JRPGs on big screen or handheld? Big screen. I've talked about this plenty times before, how I'm kinda tired of playing on portable systems. And I only play Plants vs. Zombies or games like that on my 3DS every now and then. Yeah, I kinda stayed away from portable gaming because I did it so much in the past, so much.